Uh-oh. Hmm.
Alright.
Oh, look at it. Oh, I'm supposed to get that stuff in my eyes.
And it was plain to see you were my destiny. The mountains open wide. I threw away my pride. I sacrificed for you.
My ponytail coming out.
I will go where you lead. I'll be right there in a time of need.
Y'all gotta let us know if you're on. We do not own the rights to this music. I should have put on.
We do not own the rights to this music.
We look far away. Look at the scoop. Oh, it's not that. It's
What?
it's our camera. It's fine.
Hey Annie, how are you? How is Rocky? Rocky came back and just going around in a circle like she didn't know where his bowl was. She know where his bowl was.
You know what? It's hold on.
Alright.
He must have moved them.
I just moved it back. I'm trying to move something real quick.
The one that.
Oh. Alright.
Did I move it too much? That's better.
Alright.
Hey, family.
I can see y'all.
I ordered them. I've ordered it.
Alright.
Welcome to Maddox Marriage Mondays. It is August. I don't even know what day it is. Let me make sure this
Today
is turned up.
The 10th.
Oh, this is so low. Hold on.
Today
I ordered the glasses. Yes, loud me. Oh, we do not own the rights to the music. No, it's just in a ponytail. Look, I just stuck it up and look, it keeps falling. Look, I don't think it's gonna last throughout this video. I do not look at that. That's horrible. I do not own the rights to this music.
No, we don't.
And yeah, so no new hair, same hair. I just have to try to fix it. So I ordered glasses. Let's give you a update for this week. I ordered okay, so I went to the ophthalmologist. We both went to the ophthalmologist the other day. And here's the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. They used to say, tell the truth, shame the devil. I had never gone to the ophthalmologist.
Never. I did not know. She has never, ever.
I have never, ever gone to the ophthalmologist. First time ever going to the ophthalmologist. And when I went, okay, so what was happening, I was starting to, like, if I'm driving, and you know, you look at, or even riding in the car, and you start to look at the signs on the freeway started to look like
blurry.
And I'm like, why do signs look like that? And then when I'm on my phone sometimes and somebody sends me something, I will be looking and then I have to do this. I have to pull it back like this. So I'm like, why am I having to pull stuff back? He says, you need to go to the eye doctor. Like, you need to go to the ophthalmologist because your eyes are getting bad. And I'm like, the devil is a liar and the father of all lies. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have bad eyes. Like, I don't. And so, so anyway, I went. And when I went to the ophthalmologist, she told me that this eye, which is my left eye, is getting a little fuzzy. And this eye is perfectly fine, but this eye is getting a little fuzzy. She says, so for night driving, I would need a prescription eyeglasses. And then she said, eventually, because I'm on the computer all the time, like all day, every day, eventually my eyes are going to start straining and I'm going to need to get some prescription lenses. Okay, that's fine. So she gives me two separate, well, on one prescription, two different kinds, regular night glasses or this progressive lens, which has the two, right? I know people that wear glasses know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, cool, I got a little prescription. We're going to go to Walmart, go do what we're doing. Anyway, Walmart was a whole experience. I didn't like it. And so decided to go to another place that, you know, have eyeglasses and contact lenses. So I'm like, here's my prescription. She says.
And it was a nice experience.
She said, pick out your glasses, go check your frames and do all that stuff. Because of COVID, you have to do the social distancing and all this stuff.
Right.
And pick out your glasses. Of course, I needed designer glasses because, of course, like they are cuter, right? The frames are cuter. And I'm like, oh, these are popping, you know, whatever. I'm doing my little thing. So glasses. Keith picks his glasses. I pick my glasses. Now, he already wear glasses. So I'm like, okay, we go sit down. She starts to calculate the stuff. And she's like, okay, that will be 500 and something. I said, where?
For her glasses.
For what? I look at him and he's like he already.
First of all, I didn't get name brand glasses.
Designer
glasses. I got a nice different pair of glasses that was reasonable.
Okay.
Then she does my information and she tells me that will be $400 and something.
Grand total $1,009.
Like for who?
For what? So I started to think, okay, my eyes are not that bad. Like at the end of the day, I don't drive at night no how. So if I don't drive at night, then I don't need them that bad. It ain't that serious. Oh my gosh. So anyway.
That was just a shock.
We had to accept the fact that God has blessed us where we're able to pay for it. And then I got really, really sad.
And we paid for it.
I got sad for every kid that can't afford that amount. Like, how?
Who buys glasses and pays that kind of money for them? That's half a house note.
Like, what? I'm so like, this is people's rent. This is utility bills. This is food. Like, I was really, like, upset. Like, huh? Timothy said the eye doctor got me one time, too. And I picked frames while my eyes were dying. Oh, yeah, never again. Do not.
We did not dilate.
And we chose not to dilate because you can't see no how.
You can't see nothing.
I can't. I could not believe it. Let me just say that. I could not believe the price. I did not know that glasses cost that much money. I did not know if you don't have insurance, then what are you supposed to do? And even with insurance, they're like, oh, that's $300 if you have insurance.
It's still high.
So I was completely shocked.
I'd rather just walk around and just
not see. Honey, my eyes ain't that bad. That's what I
mess around and be like Rocky.
It ain't that bad.
No offense. I ain't about Rocky. I mean, anyway.
So, I'm just saying, I am now interested in finding out what people do. And I did get some resources when I posted this on Facebook. So, I want to be able to be a resource for people to know that you can get some inexpensive glasses. I didn't know that they also charge you per lens.
We thought it was just one.
Okay, let me put it on because Simone's questioning. It is
oh my gosh,
ginger ale. Ginger beer.
It's ginger ale.
It's ginger ale.
Ginger beer. It ain't even no beer.
It's not beer. It's ginger ale. Look. She's like, oh, Dad, look at that. Yeah, it's ginger ale.
See.
Anyway.
Holy
Simone, you gotta be calling your daddy out like that. You ain't right. Anyway, so. That was our experience. So that was it. And I want to be able to help somebody else do, be able to afford that and whatever. And really talk and really inform people. Because if you go up there and you don't know, then you're going to be up the creek without a paddle.
A tent is extra charge. What is that? The blue.
You have to have the blue light now if you're on the computer all the time.
That's an extra charge. Everything got an extra charge attached to it. So,
all right.
Anyway.
So, tonight's topic, let's get into our topic. It is heated fellowship. This is an uncomfortable conversation tonight because we were just mad at each other like literally 15 minutes ago.
Just before we got on here.
Really.
So y'all can see.
We were just mad.
Fellowship.
So we went over to our children's home today. And look, see, you're making comments. See, you cannot, is that automatic? Is that like a reflex?
I guess it was a reflex.
You see, that's what he's going to have to get over.
Okay, then I'm going to have to do, okay, fine.
So we went over to our adult children's home today. They're getting ready to move. So we were, looking at some stuff that they want to purchase and do and, whatever. So it was going through whatever. Well, anyway, anytime that we go over to it, now I never go over there, mind you. Okay, so it's rare that I go over there. But this time I went over there and was talking to them about some stuff. And, as they prepare now to move and get in their little apartment or whatever they're going to do, house or whatever. So in this thing, every time, like if I go over there to pick up the grandkids, like I don't get out of the house. I don't get out of the car and go in the house. I respect their privacy, and all this stuff. So I don't do that. I leave them to themselves.
Right.
They come out, bring the grandkids out. We'll see the grandkids from the car unless the grandkids are going with us. Other than that, the kids come over to us. So every time we go over there, even to be in the driveway and talking to the kids, Keith just gets irritated. Like it's like I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure out what it is, but it's always like this little bit of irritation. And he always seems like he's rushing me. Like it's this little...
And this time, I said absolutely nothing.
Okay. He didn't have to say anything.
I didn't say anything, but I probably gave off some negative energy because she is very sensitive.
Are we going to be We're going to be honest in this conversation?
Okay, I gave off some negative energy.
Thank you.
I gave off some negative energy. So because I know I gave off negative energy, I stayed to myself.
As if that helps, right?
So,
As if that helps.
What more do you do?
You fix what's the problem. You fix what's the internal so that we don't have this problem. So it's not a problem when you're giving off. You shouldn't even give off negative energy. What's wrong? And that's the question. What is wrong? Okay. He says, I don't want you to feel rushed or whatever. I don't want you, like he's always, let me tell you what, this is the feeling. He says he's not saying anything, but he starts the car.
The car was already running.
Okay. Or he keeps the car running. Then he'll put the car in reverse. And then I'll say, well, I'm still talking to the kids. So we'll put the car back in park.
I did absolutely nothing today.
Okay, I'm talking about what you usually do.
Okay, that's what I used to do. Okay, that's been
then
my
he'll
pattern.
Put it back in reverse. And I'm just like, and then he'll say stuff like, all right, get the kids, all right, whatever, because we're going to go. And I'm like, why do you always do that? Like, that's just something that I noticed. Why do you always do, like, what is your thing when I'm talking to the kids? Like, what is going on? He had no reasons. Like, I don't know, what are you talking about? I'm not really tripping, whatever, it's just, I'm ready to go home. Okay, and then he gets home and he's happy-go-lucky. It's like, literally, I'm in my space, I'm in my zone, I'm whatever, I'm not around the children, I'm just good. Well, that's kind of weird to me, okay? Because I'm feeling like I'm cool kicking it with you all the time. But at the end of the day, like, I like my kids. Like, I like my adult children. Like, I like hanging out with them sometimes. Like, I don't get what the issue is. Like, and when we're all together, I don't understand what your problem is. Why do you always isolate yourself and be, like, to me, weird? So I always call him weird when I say that. Like, you're being weird. And he says, I'm not being weird. So anyway, I'm helping the kids out. We're talking. We're having a conversation. The kids are so open to the conversation. We're good energy, good vibes, or whatever. We get back in the car. I asked him, like, what is your problem? What is the issue? And he said, I'm just sick of them. I'm just sick of this, and I have to do this, and it's like, dude, if you don't want to be a part of them as they transition, then don't. But there's no point of coming around everybody and making everybody feel uncomfortable. And he says he's never making the kids feel uncomfortable. So he's going to have a conversation. I know Simone is on here. He said he's going to have a conversation with y'all, and y'all going to have to tell him what y'all feel like always ducking off. Like, people need to understand what I'm trying to explain to him is always ducking off when we're all together shows that there is something. No, go ahead. Say what you got to say, because I knew you was about to say something. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't.
Get it off your chest, partner.
I wasn't going to say nothing. But these are real issues. So I will say this. I realize that, some of my issue has to do, and it's funny that no one is responding right now.
And you want somebody to respond.
But anyway, my issue is that because everyone has become adults. Now, I realize these are our children. They're adult. We love them. But for me, they've been with us all of our adult life. From the time they were born until they are what?
Grown.
Till they became grown. And
grown.
What I realized, one of the things this week, she was such a sweetheart, and she said it, and all I could do was mic drop. You can't tell grown folks nothing.
You're controlling. That is is that not a telltale sign of control?
If that's control, because no matter what I may say, there's always a cat. I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
There's always something that's like, you know what? I'd rather not say nothing. Y'all grown. Y'all gonna do what you want to do. I won't get in your space. Don't get in mine.
Simone says,
that's how I feel.
Where we supposed to go?
Oh, gosh.
Literally, that's what your parents are for. Okay, I thought.
Okay, I get that. But, okay, maybe a portion of me is controlling. Maybe there is something to the dog is like his master. Okay. Because my dog is very stubborn. And he was pulling me yesterday, and I was yanking him back. And all the above, trying to get more. So maybe there is some truth to that. Okay. I will only admit this on this live.
Okay.
And if you put it out there.
Okay, it's out there. The word is here now.
So maybe I am a little bit of controlling. And I apologize for being controlling. But I realize now, at this point, my children are all grown. They're adults. They make their own decisions. They do what they want to do. And I have to be willing to accept it.
Because what I'm saying is, even if you have a problem, say that you're agreeing or disagreeing. Say that you disagree with how they do things.
See,
right?
I'd rather. Okay.
That's like this. Okay, so if they're getting ready to pack, right?
Who?
If the kids are getting ready to pack, and the way I pack is that everything needs to go in a. Am I loud? I remember last week when they said they couldn't hear us.
We was too far back. Right.
Everything needs to go in a container, and everything needs to be labeled per room. That's my way.
Mm-hmm.
Keith doesn't necessarily feel like that. He feels like everything it's all going whatever is all going in the same place. Exactly. You don't have to do that. But my way, am I saying that your way is wrong? No. What I'm
not saying your way is wrong.
So what I'm saying is I'm not going to make you feel uncomfortable about your way. Like, I'm not going to sit up there. That's like this. So when you're packing, then I'm just looking at you like you stupid for putting stuff all in unmatched containers. Now, I may feel in my heart that that's dumb. Like, why would you do that? Like, my way is literally the right way. However, I'm not going to stare at you and look at you like you're dumb. Like, that's dumb for doing that.
But that's what you're thinking.
No, I don't actually, because you know what? I am the kind of person that understands. Although I do think that what I'm doing is amazing. If you don't do it my way or the way that I would do it, it's okay. That's you just doing it, and you're going to take the long way around. And what I also understand is that when you get ready to unpack that, that's going to be a journey. Like, literally, like, that's the thing. For you, on the other hand, you get such an attitude about the way you disagree with them, it then makes us all uncomfortable. So we're all like sitting around. It's almost like, go home. Like, go home, don't even be there. because your energy that you're giving off, like that weird vibe, that
Okay,
feeling like,
that's fair.
then I start to
That's
feel as
fair.
a mother, here's my truth, as a mother, I start to feel like I gotta go home to please you so that you're okay, so you can get out of this uncomfortable situation. But yet I've just robbed my adult children, which is precious time to me. I've just robbed them of that precious time where we're really vibing and talking, and they're talking through their move and all of that stuff. I feel like I'm trying to have that experience with them, and it's so precious to me that I feel like I'm robbed of it so that I can satisfy you. Because soon as I get you in the car, or I get in the car with you, you happy. It's just me and him. Me, him, and the dog. He is so happy with me, him, and the dog. Like, that is the best life in the world for him. And I get that. And I love that. I love that you enjoy us. I get that. However, our children is an extension of us. And just because they don't do things your way, you then make us all feel uncomfortable. And then I feel like I have to leave them to satisfy you. And that's unfair. That's what caused the argument today, because I'm getting too old. Okay? And I just simply felt like I'm not going to keep leaving my children to just come sit with you while you drink ginger beer and sleep. That was shade. Okay, stop. That was petty. That was petty right there. Stop that. That was petty. I take that back.
That wasn't shade. That was
shady.
Shade.
That was shady. I didn't mean to be shady like that. But I'm saying I then have to come home and watch you sleep.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
When I just missed out on this experience with being with like family. I think that's such a time. Why wouldn't you want to see them process? Like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of their process?
Okay, fair.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Maybe I have to allow their process to be what it is and not criticize their process. I'm operating from a 51-year-old mind versus a 25-year-old process, or a 33-year-old process, or a 22-year-old process. And honestly, and I don't mean no disrespect, but I just think that process was okay. 22-year-old process is what it is. And it's very difficult for me from where I'm at. Now, I'm not saying that I may not have been in the same position that they were in. I'm sure I have. I'm sure some people probably thought I was stupid. I'm sure some thought that was just dumb. I'm sure. Whatever. But I have to extend that same courtesy of allowing them to process it how they do and not be critical, just be present. And be present and don't give off the energy that I give off.
Because it's not enough to be present. Everybody says,
like,
parents love to say, I was there. Okay, you was there. Your body was there. But the whole time you made me feel miserable. You made me feel like you were judging me. You made me feel like you were criticizing everything that I do. Then there's no point of being there. You might as well go and hang out at the park.
So it's fair to say that I should allow my adult children.
This is so hard for you.
That I have to allow my adult children just to be adults.
Oh, Keith, don't do that. Now you're gonna make me cry. Okay, don't do that.
It's very difficult to let go. And it's just difficult. It's just hard. I know you love being around them. I love being around them, but I know at some point that we're just going to be like by ourselves. And I know that kids are going to have their own world. They're going to have their own influences. They're going to have their own people that are going to influence them. And then our influences will begin to take a back seat. And looking at that is very, very difficult for me. So I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just I just I wouldn't. I'm not trying to cry. I wouldn't try and cry, but it is what it is. But my children, I love them. I just want them to be better because if something ever happens to us, they're on their own. And I guess I have to trust what we put in them.
Mm-hmm.
I have to trust how we raise them, though it may be different from what I see right now. Um, it is what it is. So what I guess what I'm going to say is, parents, let your children figure it out. Let them grow. Let them break things. Let them repair. Let them fix. Let them upgrade. Let them downgrade. Let them figure out their lives without your influence.
Or with
And
your kids welcome your
Well,
influence too.
Okay, not your influence, but don't let them. Don't be negative because they're not doing it the way you would do it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. And don't be critical towards them when they're trying and you see them trying to do it their way. Like, you just have to, like, I didn't judge. Sebastian was telling me all of his stuff today, and the twin, Takai, was talking, and Sydney, and they were just sharing. And this is what we want to do, and Mom, I'm going to do this, and, whatever. And, I was just all for it. It's like, I did not, when they asked me, and they asked for opinion. What do you think about this? Whatever.
Yeah.
And I was able to say, this is what I think we should do, and we're here to support you. Let's just do it this way or whatever. And they were all in agreement. And he missed out on that. When he decided to walk in the house, he was in this walking through and just kind of like just being mean almost. It was like, you're just being, and he didn't say anything. Now, mind you, he did not say anything openly, but his expression, the way he was just like, and everybody just kind of stopped. Like, I could just feel the energy shift in the room, and we were just all kind of like, and then I felt the rush in me. I felt like where I was enjoying this conversation with my adult children about their future, I now feel, because I see he's uncomfortable, I then feel like I got to hurry up and get out of here so that then I'm tripping over stuff, and then I'm trying to.
In that position, I don't want you as their mother to ever be in because of me. I never want you in that. There's a reason why the mother bears fight the daddy bears. There's a reason. I was a
mother bear today.
Why
I'm sorry.
The mama lions fight the daddy. There's a reason. And I realize you protect your young. That's an instinct. That's in the female, whether we like it or not. It is what it is. That's why mothers always go behind the fathers and do things for their children. But fathers they come from a different perspective. And I don't expect you always to understand where I'm coming from. But I do understand where you're coming from as far as your children.
I appreciated that.
And they're all adult.
I appreciated that you didn't say anything to make them feel uncomfortable. Like, you didn't criticize, although they felt it. I know they felt it. But I'm saying you did not openly, and I did appreciate that. But it almost was like, because even though you didn't say words, it was understood. And I know they saw the shift in me. Because as soon as you walked through the door, everything changed. It was like, okay, let me hurry up. I'm listening to y'all, but let me just kind of hurry this up and rush this through because I need to now go, because now daddy's sitting in the car. And that's the thing. And of course they understand that because they're so used to seeing that from me. And then when I got in the car, yes, I am a mother bear. That's me. And when it comes down to my kids, I don't care who you are. And that just, and it's for them. I don't ever want, and Tanisha said a beautiful, it's perfect. She said past experiences may cause him to be how he interacts with them. Absolutely. Because my past experiences of being that kid who didn't have parents, and when I would go with my aunt, I tell this story all the time. She would take them to McDonald's. Everybody would go to McDonald's. And when we went to McDonald's, she would buy them all of them got Big Mac meals. I would get a Happy Meal. And then she would buy them sundaes, and I wouldn't get dessert. But I was her dead sister's kid. And so that feeling of just being, and I used to tell my grandma all the time, and I look 12 years old, I told her I never wanted to go with her. Like, don't send me with my aunt because I don't like the way she makes me feel. And my grandma's like, well, I don't drive and you'll never be able to get to McDonald's if I don't, because I can't take you. Go with your aunt. But that feeling. And so I never want my kids to feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I felt that today,
then that was
like, it was
for
definitely a trigger for me. Because now I'm like, when I see their faces and I feel that uncomfortable feeling, it's like you're making them, and I don't care if you are their father, you're making them feel uncomfortable. And even in their own space. And it's for what reason? Like, either be a part of what we're doing and then be open to their, and yeah, they do some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? They're growing. They're learning.
They're growing. They have to figure it out, and they're learning it. And we just have to always be there. It may not be what we want.
Right.
May not be how we expect it to be, but just to be there and be present and be supportive, I think would be enough.
It is.
And I'm wrong. I'm going to openly admit I was wrong, and maybe I should have done better. I should have made them feel like I am a part, I am with you, but no, I was wrong. And I'm sorry that I made you feel the way you did. Never want to do that. Never want to do that. Never want to do that.
Okay, so, Maurice says you just have to remember yourself at their ages, Pastor Maddox. Yes. 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 I was with him at their age. He needs to remember. Have patience and realize that they have to grow into wisdom. You don't get 51 without living and experience it. Living and experience equal wisdom. That is very true. You're such a wise soul, Maurice. Your mom says, Mama Joyce said, you're still in daddy mode and always will be. Absolutely. Maurice also says that they aren't going to disconnect from you. Pastor and Lady Maddox, yes, you're precious to them. Of course. Our kids are amazing. Anjanelle said we make mistakes. Yep. And Deacon says, oh my God, I love you guys so much. We love you too. It's beautiful. I miss so much. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things in that moment, Charity. But all the feels. And we didn't try that. That was not planned at all. But because literally, like I said, right before we got on, he did apologize prior to us getting on. And as to why I got on, because at first I was thinking I'm not going to get on, but then I owe it to you guys to be present and just to give you guys exactly what we go through. Like, it's real life.
This is
it really
real life.
is.
This is a part of it. This is what it is. Everything is not always peachy keen. Sometimes it is very, very heated disagreement.
Yes.
Sometimes it is anger. Now, we ain't breaking nothing because we didn't pay for stuff.
No.
But
we used to do that when we were younger. Not break stuff. I told you we used to throw out each other's clothes. And then have to go back and get them when we made up, like an hour.
Just looking stupid.
We used to do that. No, we don't do that stuff anymore. But, it's been a long time since we've had a heated fellowship. And, it was hard. It was hard on both of us today. But it was just something I was really passionate about. And I wasn't going to back down. It was like,
and I could
enough
see that
already.
She was hurt.
Like,
especially when she got out the car and she closed the door. And dang.
I was angry. I was really angry. I really was angry because I just wanted them to feel supported.
She was upset about how I made the kids feel because she felt how they felt.
Yeah.
And it came from me. It would have been different if it was from somebody from the outside. That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
But because it came from me, who is their dad, that's not something that she wanted.
Yeah. And I question, I'm like, do you not like your kids? Like, what is the problem? Because you act like you don't like them. Like, it got like that. And he's like, I love them. But I'm like, you can love them and not like you.
Okay. I love my kids, but dislike. I don't know those people.
Okay. They are different. They are. They have grown.
Are these the people?
Yes, they are. But you know what? They have more of you in them than you think. You just don't see it right now. I see it a lot because I'm on the outside looking in. I see it. They are so, that stuff they handle, the way they handle stuff, it sure ain't me. They're a little too sensitive for me. They're a little too sensitive for me. You, on the other hand, they have a healthy mixture of the both of us, but they are definitely more him. They care way more about people's feelings than I do. And they will definitely, talk all this trash and then don't be about that life. Now, I'm really about that life. So when it's bad, it's going to be bad. And everybody, he has been a balance for me. That thing where, it is what it is. My kids, on the other hand, has a fire. That's me. And then it's just, it is so cute and just balanced. Like it's a sweet spot that they have, that they're able to, you know what I'm saying? You keep saying, but they can balance it out. They can like stop that thing. It's like they can feel some way and then they can stop it. Whereas me, I'm not going to stop it until it's done. Like it's done and then it is what it is. It's gonna be.
This is going to be an uphill battle for the rest of our lives. So it is what it is.
Pooh.
And see, and I know when children become grown, they really have their own expression. They have their own emotion about a thing, and they don't mind saying what they feel, which sometimes is an issue for me.
It disturbs you.
And I just have to take it as it is.
But they just ultimately just want to be heard. They want to be heard. And that's the thing. And they want to figure it out with your support. And what parents have a tendency to do is withdraw support. It's like, you're not doing it my way,
and I will
so I'm going to withdraw support.
I will say this.
It's the wrong way.
Parents, I have done this. I have done this. I'm admitting that I have done this. I'm asking you, as of today, don't tell your kids any longer that you will need me before I need you. Don't do it. Because that comes from a place of control. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just growing. He's just growing, y'all.
Don't touch me.
You gotta grow by yourself. You gotta it's hard, huh? It's hard.
Just let me navigate through this, because this is very difficult. So just don't do that. Don't do it, because that can really come back to bite you.
Yeah. Because
we're dealing with a generation of children who are becoming adults who what we care about, they really don't.
And they will rely on strangers before they rely on you if you do that.
And you don't want that.
And you've lost.
You don't want that.
Crystal said, that apology will go a long way. Trust me. Give them time to grow and make the mistakes. Absolutely. Cousin Shelly says, appreciate the realness. I'm experiencing growing pains of watching my young adult navigate life, and sometimes not the way I would do it. Absolutely. That is, it's hard. It is hard.
Right. It's hard.
It's hard, but the support, I'm telling you, I go hard for my kids with support. But they also, that I have this relationship with them because of that.
Yeah.
Because of that. When Sebastian is navigating with his children, he calls me. He's calling me. I just dealt with them today, and I had to go and pick up the girls and give them a breather. And then I had to listen to my grandbabies tell me how they processed it. They're like, Daddy is mad at me. Daddy's mad at me because he's wanting us to clean our room, but then he dumped our toys and our clothes on the floor, and we don't know where to put the clothes. But he's yelling and saying that we're not doing it. We don't know where to put them, Grandma. We don't have any place to put them. And I said, you know what, baby girl? Grandma's going to come pick you up. I'm going to give your daddy a break because he's a little upset right now. We're going to give your daddy a break. And I'm going to go buy you guys some cute little containers to put your toys in and put your clothes in. Did we not go pick them babies up?
Picked them up.
Took them to Target. Got their little stuff. They picked out which containers they wanted and all this stuff. And then they were so happy to show their dad that this is the stuff that they're going to use to organize.
Right.
Now, Savannah's 4 and Olivia's 7.
Right.
And they were able to express, like, Daddy's mad, and Olivia totally got it. I get he's upset, but he don't understand. I don't know where to put the stuff.
Like,
And he
what do you
wants
want me
us to be
do?
clean, and I want to be clean, but I don't know where to put it, Grandma. And he's just mad because we're not moving fast enough. And then Savannah said, little 4-year-old says, I started playing when I was supposed to be cleaning because I ain't gonna be cleaning all day.
Cleaning all
It take
day.
too long.
Like,
That baby said
so
it
she
take
knew
too long.
exactly what she was doing.
She said it take too long, so that's why. All right, let me go through this because I know we're over. Sometimes it does take tough love. Yes, it is rawness. Yeah, I will be touching him with my feet tonight, loving only. But see, he don't want me to touch him because he processing. My facial expressions are priceless. That's Charity. Keeps getting his deliverance now. Yes, he is. I'm so happy. This is a good thing. I felt used and abused being nice to folks. Yes, I'm not going, girl. Trust me. And I gotta start. We're gonna do one of them lives one day. That's a whole nother live
topic.
because I changed who I was. And I know you're supposed to do it when you get saved. There is a transformation that takes place. But God saved you with your personality and who you are for a reason.
You don't lose you.
Exactly. And I got saved and lost me and took way more than I had to. And it caused me more scars than I needed. And so I'm back. Anyway, so.
That's a whole other topic.
All right. Anyway, but I learned, but I had to. Like Donald Lawrence said, I may have some scars, but I'm healed. But I had to go through this whole process of learning. And then I realized that God loves me just the way that I am. And that there are certain things that needed to be improved. But my personality didn't need to change. And I definitely didn't need to take abuse. Right. So, okay, that's a whole nother topic. Alona says you have to create a safe space. Oh, let me put this here. A safe space for your children to express themselves and not be so quick to fall back into I'm the parent you are going to respect. That's the word of the night.
That's the word of the night.
That's the word of the night right there.
Respect. But see, their definition of respect and our definition of respect is two different definitions.
I ask my kids, let me tell you, even the girls that I serve in the maternity home, I always ask them, what is disrespect to you? And I use this example all the time. If a child calls me by my first name, it's offensive to me. Put a handle on it.
Right.
Okay? Miss D, Miss Draytana, Miss whatever, that's how we roll. Because you only 12, okay? 15. And that's how you're going to talk to me. You're going to call me by my first name or call me by my last name. Period. That's disrespectful to me. I have other staff that don't feel that at all. They like in their 50s and 60s. And they're like, girl, I don't care. Call me by my first name. It makes me feel young. See, it's a totally different thing. So we have to establish what's disrespectful and what's respectful. Right. And same thing for our children. You're asking them as they become adults. Like I change every 5 years. These kids are changing every year. What is now respectful for you? How do I then help you navigate through this part? What can I do for you? Right. I asked my son today as he called me with tears streaming down his face as he's navigating parenting. I said to him, what can we do right now? I see you're upset. And he says, I feel like I'm failing as a parent. And I'm like, what can I do? What can we do right now? And then I said, put my grandbaby Olivia on the phone. And she told me about her situation with the clothes. And I said, we got you. This is what we going to do for you. And at the same time, it's going to give your daddy a break. Right. And that's how we was able to intervene and help out and be able to support.
I told my child that I wanted to have breakfast with the individual. And the individual, I'm finding out, the individual didn't want to have breakfast and talk to me because of the simple fact they didn't want to hear what I had to say. Guess what? I had to accept that. Though it was difficult because it's like if your daddy called you, you go see what he wants. Period. But that's not what was in that child's head. So I had to accept it. It was difficult because I could have been like, you, all right. And it took me a minute to process it. They're grown. They don't want to talk to you.
And guess what? When he's ready to come around and talk, you just be available.
And I have to make sure that when that happens, that I don't have an attitude.
But the child didn't want to talk to me last night either.
And only called today.
Yeah, because we also said, come be with us last night. And that wasn't the choice.
Right.
That's not, he was upset, but he don't want to, okay, that's
Okay.
fine. And guess what? He felt none of that today. When he called me and said, Mom, honey,
No, that's
I
fine.
said, what's wrong,
Right.
son? Talk to me. There's
see,
nothing. That's what I'm saying.
But in me, I
he was holding grudges.
What?
Why?
You
You
ain't.
last night when I tried.
Click. However, my mind goes back to a dear sister this week. Said you can't make folks do nothing
See,
and be all right with
I
it.
think he needed a little more deliverance, y'all.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying you can't. And the more we get that in our
And
heart
guess
and
what?
in our
You
spirit,
can't and you shouldn't want to.
you
I
shouldn't
just
want to make
realized-
people do anything.
But
You're
you
right.
shouldn't want to. You should never want to make people do anything.
Right.
You want that thing to come genuinely from their hearts. When my son, my daughters are ready, my 3 boys, and when my 3 daughters are ready, they come. But when they mad and they don't want to be disrespectful,
They
because they know
don't
what we
come around.
consider disrespect, and when they like, I can't see you right now because at this moment I'm ready to go off, and when I do, it's gonna be real disrespectful, and they know, okay, I'm gonna stay away.
So they
I
stay away.
respect that, and then
I
when
can
they're
respect
calm, they definitely come the correct way where I can hear them and they can hear me.
Right.
And that's how that works. All right. And we are going way over our time, but let's get through these last few statements. Yep. An older coworker got upset with me because I got missing. Yes. Some people like it. Some people don't. I'm totally put a handle on it kind of person. Charity says, I'm going to call you mamas or sirs no matter what. Love it. Alona says, and that's okay. Yeah, time will come. Absolutely. Truth. You want to make sure you don't have an attitude or an emotion that can get in the way. That's a beautiful thing. That can get in their way.
That's the truth, because that can shut down your whole relationship.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That is true. But don't call me when your backs are against the wall and the wolves are at the door. Let me know before then. You know what? Yes, absolutely.
Right.
If I can
Because
intervene first.
if you can cut it off before it happens, then that's what you're there for.
That's what you're there for. You're right. You're right.
But you got to tell me.
And the kids have to understand that when you call me,
don't wait till the 9th hour.
that's why my kids know. They know that it is a safe space. They know when that we're going to hold space for them. They know when it's that type of conversation. But when they're mad or they're in something, you're right. They should use the wisdom that we have. They don't always.
No.
They don't always do it.
Let's just be real. And we don't always use the wisdom that we should.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
the way that it is. But hey,
Yeah.
we done went over our time. We love
All right.
you guys.
We love y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to Maddox Marriage Mondays.
We hope y'all enjoyed
We
this
hope you
conversation.
enjoyed this conversation.
This was honest.
Remember, wash your hands. Wear your mask. Protect one another. Protect yourself.
Social distancing.
Continue to stay 6 feet apart. We won't be 6 feet apart tonight.
Charity said, but that's when we call Jesus in the 9th hour. Yes, we do. Late
We
in the
always
midnight
wait to
hour,
the last
expecting
minute.
God
Lord,
to turn
you
it
got
around.
to do this. If you don't
Preach,
do this.
Charity!
Oh, if you don't do this. Yes, we do.
We do the same thing, but we make somebody else do something different. Oh, I love you. All right,
And
all
then
right,
the
all right.
question is, why didn't you call me yesterday?
Sometimes that works, but the 9th hour is the time to show up. That is. I'm telling y'all telling the truth.
That's when you make it count. When you show up in the 9th hour. That's true. Anyway, we got to go.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. We'll see you
Bye.
next time.
Good night.
Love you guys.